What up, YouTube? Bro, Farm back from this video on this beautiful day, y'all. And nobody likes to admit it, but we all make gardening mistakes. Things we thought was a great idea at the start of the season just didn't work out. So let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes I made in the garden so far. All right, first mistake I made, might not be a mistake or just underestimated my opponent. I said, hey, if I just plant a bunch of squash plant, the vine board can't get them all. They can't get them all, right? Wrong so far. Yeah, that's vine board damage. Yeah, they got it. This one right next to it, guess what? They got that one too. I don't know. These are cucumbers. They doing fine. We ain't worried about the cucumbers. I've already pulled 2 squash plants out of there and replanted them. Boom, boom. I got more squash plants over here. The vine board ain't gonna get this, right? It ain't got it yet, but it's gonna get it. So what I'm starting to understand is the vine board had a family reunion in my garden, and he brought all his bad cousins, and they came to get a little bite. All right, so in this bed, I say, well, I'm gonna plant a bunch of basil around my squash plant over here, and that'll stop the vine board, because that's what Google said. But in reality, the basil outgrew the squash, and now it's competing for sunlight and nutrients. So we got to pull all this up. All this basil got to go. Right? Right. I'm just saying. All right. So I planted this squash plant under my Jamaican roselle, and I got a little, I had a little ladybug on there. She gonna come back. So maybe the ladybug will eat the vine board. Nope, I already see vine board damage back there. I already see damage. So for everybody who got a great idea on stopping the vine board, yeah, tag me in all your videos where y'all eradicate the vine board in y'all garden, because I want to test your methods. That's all I'm saying. So fashion of mine, I just replant, and cross my fingers. Yes, all this is squash, because I'm gonna have a lot of squash, one way or the other. All right, next mistake I made. Now, I grew a bunch of tomatoes on the inside of the house, and I said, look, man, I'm not gonna wait. As soon as I got nighttime temperatures, 45 degrees and above, I'm gonna put these babies outside. And they all survived. They all did. But they didn't get any size on them. That's the thickest they've got, and they've been out here at least 2-3 months. So what happens is the cold temperatures whip through them, caused a lot of damage to the inside of them, and now they look like that. Yeah, all of them look like that. Now look at all the all these bugs. Get off, goddamn bug all on the phone. All them are bugs on my potato plants, so I gotta go get them off. Don't worry about it, I got them. But all the tomatoes are like this, thin stem, because I got them out here too early because I was being fast. Yeah, so same thing with my cherry tomatoes, but the difference in cherry tomatoes, they have a long time to grow, so eventually they're gonna get there. And I'm getting good tomatoes on my cherry tomatoes. But the terminate tomatoes that grow their full size and then die back, yeah, they ain't gonna make it, y'all. But that's just a mistake I made, and it's okay to admit when you make mistakes. Cool beans. The next mistake I made, not listen to people. The first time I saw somebody out here with a vacuum cleaner sucking up bugs, I thought they were crazy. Until I tried it. Now, if you don't like to spray a whole bunch, you can keep the bug population down by vacuuming them off when you see large infestations of bugs. I thought you was goddamn crazy out here with this goddamn vacuum cleaner. Till I tried it. I should have been using this, y'all. I'm just saying. That's a mistake. And we all make it. Sometimes we overthink things in the garden instead of just understanding this sucks up debris, bad bugs are gone. That's all I'm saying, y'all. All right, another mistake I think all those gardens made, but this one I doubled down on this year. Trying to save plants. Now I'm the first one to tell you if that plant look bad, pull it out. But what I did, me being broke farmer, I always looking for a deal. They said these shishito peppers are $1. I said, thank you, I'll take 2. These plants look just as bad as the day I planted them in. They've been in this garden about a month. Now don't get me wrong, they putting on peppers now. But the pepper is bigger than the plant. That's all I'm saying. This is another pepper plant I tried to save. This is a Sugar Rush peach pepper. Now when I grew it on the inside, it lagged behind all the plants. I said, oh, it'll catch up. No, it won't catch up. Yeah, I should have been pulled this plant. I planted this plant at the same time I planted that one. Now I know cucumbers grow faster, but God darn. All right, so this is a mistake, but not a mistake. So when I took my cabbage out, I didn't cut them all the way to the base. I gave them a little room to grow, and it grew back. Yeah, it grew all the way back. Yeah, this one grew back, and this one grew back. But the problem I have is, I could have just grew these in the fall. Yeah, why am I messing with these plants that's struggling to grow? I just could have planted them in the fall. Sometimes I overthink myself for no goddamn good reason. There's no reason to be growing cabbage in the summer. No reason. All I'm saying is I could have waited a couple months and planted thousands of these if I wanted to. Now I'm just taking up bed space with some goddamn cabbage in here. That might not be a mistake to y'all, but me, yes, because it's all good real estate. And if we ain't growing something that's gonna thrive, then we're growing the wrong thing. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're gonna fix one of those mistakes I made. I'm finna get some of this basil out here. Now some of it look really good, but too much of anything is a bad idea. Believe me. So we just gonna take this basil and we just gonna throw it. I literally got basil everywhere. We're not worried about this basil. That basil don't look bad though. And we just gonna move some of this stuff out of here. Yeah. We gotta give that squash plant room to grow and a place for it to get some light. It ain't even started up the trellis yet. We're gonna go back and try to get it on the trellis. But we gotta get some of this crap out of here. This one, let's get it on the trellis. All right, she on the trellis. Now let's get the rest of this basil out. And I tried to be funny by planting a bunch of basil, because online they say you plant basil around your squash plants and the vine borer won't get them. So I said if I dump out a whole pack of seeds to show them that it don't make no difference, people start believing me. But it still was a bad idea, y'all. And technically, it has worked so far. Let's don't gloss over that. Technically, the vine borers haven't ate these 2 squash. So technically, it's a win so far. So a win is a win is a win. So got all that out, or most of it out. There we go. Now I get that plant some sunlight, and it got a chance on living, baby. And I'm gonna plant some more seeds right here just to make sure. I think I'm gonna plant some delicata squash in here. Delicata. Now the first 2 delicata plants I planted gone to the upper room. But we got more seeds, so we're gonna plant more. We're gonna plant it right here against the trellis. Planted like 4 seeds. And let's see what happens, y'all. All right, while I'm complaining about what didn't work, let's talk about what did work. I planted these peppers at the same time I planted those tomatoes. Now, they're not huge, but they're putting on a lot of fruit. I think sometimes we equate tall, pretty plants with healthy plants. To me, a healthy plant is one that fruits a lot. All these small plants in these 3.5 gallon pots are putting on a lot of fruit. All of them putting on fruit. So I want to say the cold air stunted the growth, but it didn't stunt the production. And that's all we're growing for, production. I don't care how this plant look. I don't care if this plant look like it got COVID. As long as it's producing, that's what I want. So out of all the wrong and mistakes I made, I did some things right. I think peppers want to be planted as soon as possible outside for full growth. And it's in the shade. So 1 point for the good guys. Another thing that went very well, these grow bags, which I plant my root vegetables in, had potatoes in them at first. And I noticed over the years, my sweet potatoes only take off once it get hot. So I said, self, grow as many white potatoes and purple potatoes as you can in these bags, because you don't want to plant your slips to right at summertime, because sweet potatoes love heat. So that was a great thing. I got a huge harvest out of these bags, and then came back with sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes barely produce good leaves in the spring. They want that heat and that hot weather. So that's another good thing. Another one for the good guy. Because I could have took up this real estate with sweet potatoes in the spring and they not start thriving till the summer, and it's wasted space. Wasted space is wasted food. We ain't wasting no space or no food this year. Another good thing, putting these cherry tomatoes on the cattle counter. Because if you ever grew cherry tomatoes, you know they growing as high as they can get. So putting tomatoes on a cattle counter was kind of weird to me, but it worked out. Going forward, all of my cherry tomatoes will get grown on this cattle counter, because they're gonna keep growing right through probably the summer, because I do have a little shade from the heat. So look at this bug, looking right at me. Can y'all see that? Right at me. But yeah, I'm gonna leave them right here. And that worked out. One more for the good guy. Right. Another good idea was taking this whole wood chip field bed and putting in watermelon. I got a bunch of different varieties. Some of them hybrid varieties that I've saved seeds from over the years. But I amended this bed right. And I just wanted all the watermelons I could get. So I probably got, I don't know, 5 different varieties of watermelons in here. And then I got some watermelons that came back from last year. So I did right. I amended my bed correctly. And I got watermelons, y'all. Sometimes we think crop rotation. If you grew something 2 or 3 years here in a row, don't put it back in the same spot. Shut up. Shut up. Rotate these. Because in the end, now this is a canary melon. Go get you some canary melons. Oh yeah. And I got one watermelon that got blossom and rot. I've found that my first 1 or 2 watermelons will get blossom and rot, and the rest of them are just fine. So don't panic or get worried. You get a watermelon blossom and rot. Just look, watch this. Take this one and just throw it away and keep moving. I think I got that one right. Another one for the good guys. All right, my LSU gold fig. I almost dug this up and put it in the pot because I was like, man, it's gonna die back and I ain't gonna get no figs. They're gonna ripen too late. I ain't gonna get to eat them. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. She loaded with figs. So I'm so glad I didn't dig this up and put it in the pot. I just let it die back and then grow up. Matter of fact, the stem is already lignified. So she getting ready for the winter already. So I want to say that was a smart move, or I was really lazy and just didn't want to dig it up and put it in the pot. Either way, I'm gonna take that one as a win. Big win. And let's end it off with this ginger. I planted this ginger months ago, y'all. It's coming up. But it smells good though. Smell it. My hand's clean. Smell it. That's some nice ginger. So, all in all, it ain't a bad day. All right, so we all gonna make mistakes in the garden. But next year, do something different. Learn from your mistakes. Jot down notes, make videos, whatever you need to do to remember the mistakes you made. We all do it. It's okay to admit I make mistakes. I don't know how to grow everything. That's what it is. It's being real in the garden and just showing you mistakes. Now, if you do make a mistake and you do the same thing next year, that's crazy. That is truly crazy. So I'm gonna learn from my mistakes every year to keep growing and keep doing what I do in the garden. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't, still hit the like button. Nobody know, it'll be all secret. All right, I say every video I'm gonna end with a harvest. That's what we garden for, right? Yeah. Now this is one mistake I didn't make. Get stuff to grow. I got cayenne peppers, and my first round of cayenne pepper, I've already dehydrated to make cayenne pepper. Dehydrated cayenne, you know, the stuff you put in the water to be healthy. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. I talk how I talk. Okay? I felt like somebody was judging me in the comments or while they watching the video thinking, man, he can't talk. I can talk. I just talk how I talk. I'm loving my pepper harvest. I'm not getting huge peppers, but if you get enough of them, you good. Just like this Pippin golden honey. I harvested one that was purple. Now this one orange. I don't know. I know that I really like the last one because it had a smoky taste to it. Maybe I like it like this, maybe I won't. But for sure, I'll let you know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Another cayenne plant. Yeah, let's get all these cayenne peppers. Let's get all these cayenne peppers. When I say every video gonna end with a harvest, every video gonna end with a harvest, because I can't be sitting out here talking to you about what I do out here and y'all don't see what I bring in the house. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get some of these carrots, y'all. These carrots been in here forever. Oh, suck it now. Don't play with me now. And if you're thinking, man, I like the huge carrots that, first off, think about this. How many times have you gone to the grocery store to buy carrots? Right, carrots are a delicacy, not something that's on the menu every week. So if I get some small carrots, well, no, I ain't taking them in the house. But if I get some small carrots, is what it is. I'm gonna wash them up, put them together, make some raisin carrot salad. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't know what you do with your, man, these are small. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna still get them. And these were supposed to be a smaller variety. I just didn't know they were mini carrots. It don't matter because we're gonna get them. All right, I'm gonna get them all and show you what I got. It's a nice little carrot harvest. And it don't matter how big they are. It matters can you get a meal out of them. And some of these gonna be snacking carrots. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We just gonna eat some of these straight like that. Now they said these was snacking carrots. I didn't know they were one bite carrots. It don't matter. And somebody gonna say, bro, you should have thinned them out. You would have got bigger carrots. Shut up. I know. But I didn't. I did not thin them out. And I got what I got. But I guarantee you, with how often we buy carrots, we won't buy carrots none this year. That's all I'm saying, man. Go out there, harvest something, and enjoy your day. Life is good.